And we're off. This hand looks bad. This hand looks bad. Eh, I think this hand's a lot better. I don't think I want that. I already have plays for turn 1 and turn 2. Oh, that just kind of ripped my whole hand. Well, hmm. Guess I can trade this for this. He's got a Westvale in play, so his creatures are probably more important than mine. I don't think this is a good match, especially when they had to turn 1 for Aben. We were on the draw and we mulliganed. Sure. Not going to give him the option, just going to kill the one that I actually want going. Hmm. Kind of wanted that little dude. Only got one colorless mana, so just save the time instead of waiting the second main. Probably gonna have to draw some things to make his Cloud Blazers and whatnot not block. If he just has an Angel of Sanctums, the game's probably over. Alright, well we have 9 burn spells left to kill that and get in another decent attack. And then we also have the 8 things that make that not block, so we have 15 draws here. That's none of them. Value these Gorgers pretty much none versus his deck. So if he wants to trade, I'm fine with that. Okay, you'd even have Westvale next turn, so might as well get damage in this turn and kill a dude while we can. I assumed it's just Cloud Vape Blazers or Angel Sanctums or maybe even Avacons, but whatever it is, whatever 5-drop he plays is just not good for us. Eh, eh. If he doesn't have a 3-power creature, I guess that's the least bad one for us? Not a fan of that one in the main deck from the blue build. I do kind of like it in the mono white build. But definitely didn't want a fourth one of those. Or sorry, a third one of those. Don't like 1-drops in general in this match, so I definitely don't like this many 1-drops in this match. His last 2 cards were creature. Yep, can't beat it. Probably can't Demonic Tutor here and even win. I guess we could draw like Collective Defiance into another burn spell, or just like maybe Incendiary Flow into another burn spell. Well, a land certainly doesn't do it. It's close to the worst draw there. I guess there's some chance that he breaks off when we draw burn spells, but not a lot. Alright, that's not breaking off. We had the 4 Braves in their main deck in this deck too. I think the Stranglers are okay here. Anything that kills his Flyers seems good. The Glorybringers are probably fine. Don't know how I feel about this card. Some of their versions play Fumigates and whatnot, and this card actually does a little bit of mid-game work. But the big problem is I don't really have a lot to take out. Don't really like Couriers in this match either, even though that's insane. Crashers aren't great here either. They're a little bit better on the play, but like they're not great. Hazard's not great either. Kinda want the Pias. But they're not great either. It's just not a great match. Yeah. This hand's fine for what we have. We might get a desert in our first 3 draw steps. That card's not terrible, to be honest. It's not good. I'm gonna let him gain the life. I just want to get a creature on the table. Worry about killing this at some other point in the game. Guess it's probably better for me to play the desert just in case I had Thalia Heretic Kafar, because some of the builds I've played versus have, even though it's not a common card. This is becoming more and more common in this deck. I don't know if I like it. I like the champion just so much more than this. Huh. Well, if you got two of them, it probably does a lot. Alright, I guess I'll just play a creature. He's gained 3 life so far off these things. And short of him having some kind of Wrath of God spell, I don't feel like I'm in bad shape at all. Oh, he's gained no life. Never mind. I should read cards slightly better. So I play this. I guess I need to kill this one first. So I don't get to attack this turn, which is fine. Really just looking for a bringer of glory at the moment. Glory! It's kind of interesting. Alright, that's probably a good draw for me. Could have the spell. I've saw several of them sideboard in the spell versus me. Again, not the biggest fan of that, but I don't think there's any reason to exert it. I kind of want this off the board anyway. I think not exerting it kind of comes closer to making him block. So we have one burn spell that just wins. A Glorybringer just wins. Sure. Counts itself. Which is good. Wow. It's going to take it down to 1. Oh, he drew one sideboard card. And then he died. Still kind of like Pia's. Probably even more on the draw than I do on the play. I don't like the one drops. Blazing Volleys, something I can consider. On the draw, more than the play, rather. Can kill Selfless Spirit at the worst. At the best, it can kill a bunch of his little tokens. So most of my cards just don't do anything. Well, the 21 creatures doesn't seem good. Kind of want to sideboard out of Hazoret. Like, I really don't think Hazarets are good in this match. They have Stasis Snares, they potentially have Deccan Stones, and they have like a million blockers. Like an actual million blockers. I don't like any of the three Hazarets, but I'm not confident enough in myself to actually sideboard them out. What's up, Corey? This hand's atrocious. And they mulliganed? We'll also mulligan. This hand's worse. I think this hand's the best hand of the three, but it's also really bad. I think this hand's the best hand of the three, but like, I would be shocked if this hand could win. So we mulligan in game 1, and we mulligan in game 3. So that's fun. I had a playable hand on our 7 in game 3, but I don't think we had a hand that can beat their average hand. Did you decide on the red-black deck? Raven the Spectre too strong, by the way. He didn't attack for one. I have no idea what I'm playing Saturday yet. Hopefully I just win on Friday and don't have to worry about it. That is the go. As crazy as this may sound, I'm liking Hazoret less and less in this deck. The meta is just getting consistently better for Hazoret to be not great in. Well, Eric should stay the fuck away from my hob. Wait, no, I don't care if Eric comes. Let him come. I'm playing zombies. I want that buy. Red Rover, send over a buy. That's fine. It's another buy. Make my field weaker, please. I was scared for a second, and then I realized I remember what decks they're playing. Zombies don't care about that stuff. Zombies crushes Gearhulks and red decks. Would not want either of them there if I was playing my red deck, though. Well, he lied to Chase. Game day will start probably. Game day will probably start in the midnightish area. Maybe 1. I assume he has some kind of counterspell. But that's fine because we still have an Abrade. Yeah. That's what I assumed. Well, if I make the top 8, it might last longer. The last time I was there, it was 1. The tournament had went fast, and we split the top 4. If I'm in the top 4 tomorrow night, I will not split. I don't care who I'm playing versus or what I'm playing versus. I will make them spend extra time because I want as least people as possible to be there for game day. So if he's got a second counterspell, I am in super bad shape. Doo-dah, doo-dah. He didn't play a spell, so I'm assuming I'm just in super bad shape. I don't know. Maybe I can bait it with an Earthshaker. Play my land first to make him think I have no other relevant cards. Play the Earthshaker. Kinda hope we see a Spell Queller. Kinda hope we don't see a Spell Queller. Both are bad for me. Oh crap. I'm not gonna waste a Braid then. Oh my god. Jesus loves me. He could have saved 3 damage if he'd let me go to my attack step first. Still probably not going to win. He has 2 cards in hand and a clue in play and a draw step, so he's 4 cards ahead of me. That kitty cat? I don't even know what you're referencing. If he bricks off 1 turn and 4 cards, though, that's pretty good for me. That's a monument. We don't care about that. How many times have our opponent ever played a monument and not had a Selfless Spirit in their hand? Anyway. How many times have our opponent ever had a monument and not had a Selfless Spirit? Oh wow. Well, I guess I missed a point of damage. I can't be too upset if I lose this game. Like, we did mulligan to 5 and we were competitive. The last card in his hand is a Cloud Blazer or flying creature. That's obviously bad for me. Oh, it was just another Selfless Spirit. No big deal. No big deal. Yeah, how dare you to attack with that Selfless Spirit? Actually, him attacking with that Selfless Spirit doesn't really do anything. It would let me get extra damage in if I drew exactly Earthshaker, but that's about it. He's going to block and sack, so there's no reason for me to send a Thopter. Little? Alright. Well, that Soulscar Mage is great now. If we draw Blazing Volley and he doesn't have exactly Westvale Abbey, things go wonderful for us. That's not a Westvale Abbey. I guess Cloud Blazer would still be kind of bad. Blazing Volley would probably win the game if he doesn't have a counterspell. I mean, of course he could have a counterspell. Alright. We'll just keep doing what we do. Sure. Okay. Can't play Dusk and Dawn both in one turn, so... Fumigate would kind of suck. It wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would suck. Wow, our opponent conceded. I think our opponent still had more turns, right? I guess we were lethal if we went for it? Or we're not even lethal if we went for it, rather. Well, I mean, he didn't know we had the land in hand, but... I don't know how we won that game. I would definitely play Little Lily. Thank you for following Bam Deadstroke and Alex Rico. The heck? Let me hit this. Rico. I guess this is a keep. I don't like this hand. I don't like any of our hands that we don't have like one of our 2 mana 9 removal spells early. Don't know if anybody's noticed that yet, but I complain about every hand that doesn't have at least 1 Shock, 1 Abrade, or 1 Incendiary flow early in a game. I think they're all bad. Oh, great. So I most certainly have more of those spells than he does, but... I guess I just offered a trade? Seems bad. Alright, we'll just play these two, I guess. I think Servant's actually kind of bad in these teamer lists and stuff, because if it just dies, I stand by that Servant isn't good in these decks. The only time it's good is when it gets you exactly turn 4 Bristling Hydra. Which is what our opponent had. He had a turn 1 removal spell, a turn 2 Servant, and a turn 3 Bristling Hydra, aka living the dream. Because like, that's just not something that happens. Happens so infrequently. Oh cool, he had a second removal spell. And a second Hydra. Sometimes you just get draws that can't lose. That, my friends, was an example of one. Their deck has to be kind of favored versus us. Uh, I don't want everything. Kind of want everything. I guess these don't attack through his tutus very well. I'm fine with that then. Alright. Again, didn't get one of our 9 2-mana removal spells. Feel like I lose every game that I don't get one, but like mathematically, I'm a pretty strong favorite to have one in my opening 7. He had F6. If he has a servant, it would be medium bad for me. Hmm. So we just want to draw a land of any kind. Don't really care. Land of any kind, friends. Tap that one for colorless. So land of any kind gets even better. We'll let him eat something, I don't really care. I get to push the damage this way. I at least deal 8 to him no matter what. Oh, we curved out well that game. Studied that these are actually decent here, but it all depends on how many things they have. And we get the mulligan. And we get the mulligan. This is our second mulligan to 5 in, what is this now, just our second round? 5, this is the 6th game, we've already had 2 mulligans to 5 and 1 mulligan to 6, and it's every one just been lands. I'm playing 23, I don't know how it can just always be lands. This isn't the type of hand that wins this match. Especially like if they just have a servant, the game's probably over if I don't draw exactly shock. Alright. Not over yet, I guess. What could he play here that would be good for me? He could play Ronus. Ronus would be good for me. He could play Servant. Servant would be good for me. Removal spell, not good for me. If I had an Abrade or something, I'd probably hold it up to try to beat a Bristling Hydra, but of course we don't draw any of our 9 removal or 2-mana removal spells. If he plays Bristling Hydra, I may concede. Well, I guess we're not conceding. So now we need lands as well. On top of everything else going right, we gotta start hitting lands as well. Probably can't win. Versus the draw he had, like any two random 7 would have been good. Of course you have the second way to gain energy. Why wouldn't you have the second way to gain energy? Go ahead and play this one under a counterspell while I can. Cool. They have the third spot removal spell. Alright. We could still have a chance if we draw exactly a land, I guess. Probably not, though. Pretty sure I'm just like on a 2-turn clock. Didn't draw a land, didn't matter. Yeah, it's any way to gain energy, I'm dead. But I can't win by playing defense, because he's certainly going to outdraw me, so. As a Glorybringer, we were dead anyway. Alright. Oh, it just took them drawing 4 spot removal spells out of, like, probably their 7-ish. And us mulliganing both games that we lost. Well, no, we didn't mulligan game 1. I take that back. We mulliganed twice on game 3. So that's the 5th mulligan in 6 games. Only one of them have been due to card quality. All the rest have been due to lands. And the card quality was bad because we technically drew 4 lands, but that's beside the point. Yeah, another 1-land hand. I guess I'll keep it in versus a blind opponent because I have 4 spells I can play with it. Sounds pretty bad. And things got incredibly bad for us. Land? Not a land. GG. That was a bad one to play. I shouldn't have played the Beaumont. That was a mistake because the land I can draw could be one of the 5 colorless lands. And I won't be able to double spell next turn if I draw it. One of the keys to this match is being able to play 2 spells in a turn. Yep. Exactly punished for the mistake, too. I deserve to be punished because it was a play mistake. Alright, well, the play mistake didn't matter whatsoever because clearly our opponent just went 1, 2, 3, 4 Hazard. I've played this deck, I don't know, 85 odd matches and did that 3 times? It's a bit on the frustrating side, but whatever. Kind of like Collective Defiance, but people tell me it's wrong, so I sideboard it out. Usually cut at least one other 1-drop. Just feel like these decks have so many ways to kill a Beaumont that Beaumont does so very little. And Soulscar Mage actually does a decent amount of things. I guess they're just better than Falcon Raft Gorgers, though. Is this round 3? Or is it round 4? Am I almost done? Alright, I guess we'll keep. Alright, now Beaumont Couriers might be good in trips. Providing our opponent doesn't have, like, I don't know, Blazing Volley, Savage Alliance, Dual Shot, just infinite things. Oh, or Soulscar Mage, I guess, technically. Can I get 3 for 1? They're not all playing Blazing Volley, so. No mass removal spell makes me think I'm just getting Blazing Volleyed. Could have saved one of the couriers and played the Soulscar just in case, I guess. That seems miserable. Hmm. I used a Chandra's Effete and saved a Braid because I think Everspear Harvester is more common than the other things. Excuse me. No, it's like a poor use of mana. It's my one way to kill Chandra, my one way to kill Glorybringer, but yeah, don't care about that. It's just going to die. We're going to draw a million cards this game. Literally going to draw a million cards this game. Excuse me. See what he plays on his turn before we make a decision. I've only got a few other 1-drops in the deck, and only the Soulscar Mage can attack on the next turn, so I think this is fine. I think he needs to kill a Beaumont. Alright, so he's killing a Beaumont. We will draw cards. Don't care about any card in our hand other than Hazoret. Do 2 damage to him because, again, didn't care about any card in their hand. And we can start throwing 2 damage a turn with the Hazoret at him. That's fine. Don't care about that at all. The plan is now just win with Hazoret. Speaking of win with Hazoret, I'll be Hazoret. Guess we'll play this thing. It can block. And we could still throw 2 damage with Hazoret at the end of the turn and 4 damage with Hazoret on our turn. Strangler's a pretty fun card. It's a beast, unfortunately. Should have been like a sweet werewolf. I'm a fan of it. So he brought in Glorybringers on the draw. Wow. If he's bringing in Glorybringers on the draw, maybe I want these. I feel like I want more answers than just Chandra's Defeat. Try one, I guess. He didn't show me any one drops though, but that was on the draw and he's going back to the play, so maybe he'll have the one drop, so I'll leave volley in. Hey, well this hand's terrible. We get the mulligan again. At least stay mulligan this time. Alright, well, this hand's keepable. Not particularly pleased about it, but need to draw lands and relevant spells? Don't want to land. I need a land, but I don't want to land. I'll find the land later. No, not her. She's pretty good here. We both mulligan, so I'm just going to defeat Deshandra on her, get the Beaumont online. If we'd both kept a 7-card hand, I might not have did that. I may have abraded it and gambled, but I actually want the Beaumont attacking. I want that land back, by the way, that we ditched. And I think the abrade to kill a harvester is too important to pass on. Land? Land. That's not a land. How dare you not be a land, friend? I may not have another creature, so they might tap it to accrue the harvester, which lets me get another point of damage in with the Beaumont Courier. Incendiary flow on this guy. Alright, well I like my hand better than randoms. Mostly I like the abrade. Go ahead and kill it to save some time. Oh. Really wishing we had that mountain back by now, but you'd think in 4 blind cards we would have found one land. That's a bad sign for me. He didn't play a land and he didn't have a removal spell for this. So I'm about to get wrecked by like a Hazard or something. In which case I'm just going to go ahead and play this and hope they don't have a shock. If I'd had a second red source, I would not have played that. I would have held it to get value the turn that they played, or the turn that I played my Hazard or whatever. Alright, well. Guess I'm willing to take 3 more damage. Can probably beat a Hazard with that card. Especially when we have 6 damage that we can throw to the face. So if it's a Hazard, I go down to 8 now. Or he attacks for 8 and I go down to 8, yeah. So assumed he had an Hazard, which is pretty miserable for me. Beaumont Courier is my best draw step now. Well, pay 1. Play to our outs, I guess. So they can do exactly 10 damage like this. Problem is, even if they brick here, the Beaumont Courier is exceptionally good. But I don't know how I beat everything they have. I think I have to try to get lucky. Think I have to try to get lucky? Five, six, seven, eight. Sure. Well, you see what they do attack-wise first. Well, if it's Incendiary Flow, I'm just dead if I allow this. I guess I'll allow it. It's what can kill me, or what has the best chance of killing me. Sure. Well, and now I'm dead. Well, that was a good hit. I think I played right, though. I played for the win. They had to miss some stuff, but I don't think I was going to win playing it any other way. And I wouldn't have. Oh well, we didn't mulligan, we probably win that game. Like, if we're one card deeper in our deck, we probably easily win that game. Because if we're one card deeper in our deck, we get to actually use the braid to prevent damage. Sure would be nice not to mulligan every friggin' round. Multiple times. It's like this. 26 creatures. Should have 2+ in our opening hand. But instead, we don't even have the mana to cast this. Oh, what do you know? Another 6-card no creature hand. And no mountain hand. Alright, well, we'll keep it. I don't feel like I've gotten to play Magic any tonight. We beat one opponent that when we mulliganed to 5, but like, we didn't really make any decisions. He just played real poorly. Sure, why wouldn't everybody have to turn 1 removal? Get damage in the turn I can. I may never get damage in again, so I don't care about exerting that. Not gonna attack with Earthshaker because I have the same play next turn. I guess they have Stasis Snare or something if they're doing that. Alright, well, we get to figure out what it is. Oh, it's a good thing we didn't hit our land. I don't know how good it is. He would have been at 6 if we'd hit our land. Was it a Glorybringer now? Yeah. That's exerted. It's reasonable that I should have attacked with the Kenra on that turn. Kind of wanted to hold it because of Blessed Alliance. Alright. Well, I'm not going to concede because we can still just top deck another Hazard. Well, friends, that's not another Hazard. Look like I have to kill the here even though I don't want to. If he kills the Earthshaker, I'll probably scoop. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and scoop. But they didn't play any spell at all that I care about at all. You have Glorybringers, you have Nahiris, I'm going to assume you have Chandras. You guys are probably good. He didn't really show me creatures or artifacts. Thinking about these, they kill Glorybringer, they kill a blocker, and they can pressure Planeswalkers at the same time. I took out Flow when I should probably just take out the braids till we see an artifact at least. That's fine, but not good. They have Eternal Enfraben or Eternal Magma Spray. It's pretty mediocre. Wish they just Magma Sprayed if they had it and save us both the time. They obviously can't because I could play like a Kenra or whatever, but... it's a budget list. I'm just kind of trying it without them as well because I'm not positive that they even belong in the main deck. So, just trying it without them at all to see how bad I miss them. This is a match I kind of missed them in. Of course. We didn't have Chandra's Defeat on turn 1, so that's obviously a great cycle. It's like this card right here would be a Chandra if I had Chandra in the deck. Now it just gets killed by a Stasis Snare or whatever. I think this card might be better versus like the blue-red decks though. Definitely not better versus the Stasis Snare decks, though the Stasis Snare decks are next to none. Like there's just so few of these decks, I don't think I ever worry about that. But it's mostly budgetary reasons. They're like $36 on Moto right now. And I don't think it lowers your win percentage enough to spend $36 on something. What are we looking at here? He showed us Nahiri, so he could still just have Nahiri. Alright, well, not worried about that. I'd rather just play this right now, I think. I'm assuming their deck runs Blessed Alliance, so I'd rather just jam this than the Hazard itself. Well, looks like I made a poor decision. But a repeatable poor decision. Great. Alright, well, we're going to hit for all the damage this turn then. I'm not going to get that guy back. They have 4 damage in playing our lands. He's got to find another way to gain life. So we have 2, 5. So we have the extra land to gem the courier and cycle. That card doesn't do anything. It's better than drawing it for a draw step, though. If he's got a second way to gain life, we're in pretty bad shape. He's only got 2 cards to do it in, though. Got a feeling he built his deck to beat the red decks, so. Yeah, well, he has some kind of plan. He's not just dead. I don't think he'd waste that time if he was just dead. It's probably just his another Limvala, maybe? Not another Limvala. Alright, well. No. I don't think it's worth attacking. Don't want to bring him back either. Could have held the land. I had enough land to hold the land, but. Makes them spend mana on their turn if they do have it. Or if they do have the alliance, rather. And they do. I guess we don't want to kill Nahiri. That was pretty unfortunate for us. The Snorlax's room. That was definitely pretty unfortunate. Still lethal though if he doesn't have a removal spell. Therefore, I'm just going to go for it. Oh, wait. Or a way to gain life, I mean. It could be another Blessed Alliance. It could be any removal spell. Or it could be nothing. Kind of want the Glorybringers on the draw. We have a little bit better chance to get to them. They're 5 mana though. He still just didn't show us anything that this was particularly good versus. Showed us like Thraben and Limvala. Quite honestly, I'm too dumb to remember what else he showed us game 1. He's playing mono answers deck though, so it feels like I just kind of want mono threats. I exerted so the Limvala couldn't block. The one dude could have blocked. He would have went to 2, and then I had the desert in play to do the other 2. So unless he had a removal spell in hand, I beat the board. Removal spell or a way to gain life. I'll rephrase. Thank you. Glorybringers. That's what it is. That is what it was. Still think I want our Glorybringers though. Maybe our Glorybringers ain't great. Our Soulscar Mages probably aren't great either, especially on the draw. Yeah, whatever. Oh, hello. Either bass or bass. I'm not sure which one you are. Cool. It's another game 3 where we have to mulligan. It's been every round today. So I'm just going to keep it. I don't even care. 2 on tilt to care. Had the mulligan all 4 round 3s, I believe. But I have no memory, so that might not be accurate. Just scribe that to the bottom. So nice to draw another one. Cause scribes don't work right on Moto. It might not have been the bug. Like, you will still do that some percentage of the time, but Moto's so buggy that when if it happens at all, you immediately assume bad things. I kind of don't want any card in my hand right now except for the Chandra's Defeat. Literally want no card that's in this hand except for Chandra's Defeat. No, we play sweepers, but it's not like I can't not play it. That's a bad sign. Kinda didn't even have a walker there. The 10-1 drop, 7-2 drop dot decks really showing its power right now, friends. Oh, cool. The one turn drawing the land would have been helpful. I don't draw it. Short. Not just dead. It's hard for me to imagine 4 cards that he can have that I can consistently beat, but he's not played anything that matters. I guess that's something. Could just be 4 spot removal spells. But, like, it's not. It's certainly not just spot removal spells. Could be Blessing Alliance. Sure. It wasn't ever going to attack anyway. I'm not concerned about it. I'd much rather you not have that when the Glorybringer can actually attack. If Raven. Casual best draw. Craven, casual best draw. Looks like my attacking's coming to an end. Still has 4 cards in hand. Sure. Let's turn 9, by the way. Still not hit the 5th land. Whatever. I'll play it. Turn 10, not hit the 5th land. Can't really attack because he has the Needle Spires. But I don't care to get this in the graveyard in case he has like another Swelter or whatever. Whoops. I made a play mistake. I had F6 pressed. Didn't get punished for it though. Alright. Well, I guess I'll tackle them all to play around Blessed Alliance a little bit. I don't care about the Needle Spires. The Falcon Raft Gorgers don't really do anything. He takes 4 life from this. Whatever. I attack you. I guess I should have shocked the Needle Spires. It was wrong with me not to. I'm kind of on autopilot because I've been tilted so badly this game. And making a lot of bad mistakes because of that. I get the 2 damage in either way if I play the shock. I've been tilted pretty badly this game though. Turn 13. Well, if he drew Blessed Alliance, he's still at 3. Alright, well, let's see if we can hit the pity chest. Yep, definitely playing very badly. When you're having the mulligan every round, nearly every game for 2 or 3 days, it honestly adds up. It breaks your back after a while. I recognize that guy's name. Eh. As bad as this hand is, best hand we've had tonight. And this hand's stone unplayable versus so many decks. This is literally the best hand I've had tonight. Game 13, and this is the best hand we've had tonight. And it's still not any good. It's like not even average. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a Christmas miracle. Thank you for killing this. If he don't land on our next two draw steps and he doesn't have Gideon, we've got a chance. He put a card on top, so I'm just boned. And he didn't bother to use this, which means this is almost undoubtedly a Hardicurin now. We have 4 of Braids. Wow. Kind of mind blown by his attack. He has to have Gideon if he's making that attack. Like, there's just no way he makes that attack without Gideon, right? Don't care about that. Is there anything he can draw besides Gideon to pick that attack? I don't think so. I guess he could have Murder Boat, which puts me at 9. So he goes down to 8. And I go down to 9. You know, actually exerting this Cropper was a mistake. I shouldn't have exerted the Cropper. And that could be something that can be game costing. Ugh. I like how I explain everything that I'm doing that's right or wrong, and when I actually get in a tight spot that's worth talking about decisions, I just friggin' mute up. Um, yeah, I don't like any of my cards versus them. I don't think you're good. I don't think you're good. Uh, uh, just don't like any of these cards. Yes, this card's good if they get a bad draw. They have Fraben Inspector. I always dislike this card versus Fraben Inspector. They also have other 1-drops that can block. It does, but it also just like dies to Murder Bolt and a Braid. They're going to have 8 ways to kill it. They're going to have 8 ways to kill it while not even thinking about it. Just 8 cards that they're going to bring in versus my red creatures. So that like makes me not really like it. The Croppers probably aren't good on the draw. Probably trying to be more defensive on the draw. Huh. Yeah. I don't know what the last card to take out is. Kind of want them all, but I don't really want any of them. Yeah, what the hell. Had to draw like 12 cards last turn to win the game with Beaumont Courier, so might as well sideboard it out this game, right? Five lands, 2 spells, neither of them particularly good because of Fraben Inspector? Sure. Alright, this hand's playable. I'll even keep that card. It's a Christmas Miracle. This guy almost always plays, this stuff. This vehicle stuff. Like how I put the mountain on top and I was thinking in my head, like, man, drawing a shock right now would be awfully sweet. Yeah, I can't draw a shock right now. Oh, hello, friend. So I should have played the Sunscorched Desert here because he could have Folly of Heretic Kafar. I guess that doesn't affect anything, but like still something that I should have did. Oh, he's mana screwed. You can still draw out of it. I wonder if he's playing Karsten's build. What's up, Boot? What are you into today? You working hard or hardly working? Oh, okay. Our opponent's done. Well, you showed up right in time for me to log off, Boot. We had an opponent draw worse than us. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's pretty dead in here today. I've had 1 follow in 2 days. People do not like watching this red deck on stream. But they absolutely eat it up on my YouTube channel. It's kind of weird. Let's see. So Sam's streaming. Phone Microwave streaming. Code Brew streaming. I have the cool 7 people. Sav streaming. Ooh, there's a guy streaming Ramp. No, I'm not in the mood to watch Ramp. Brew City MTGO. Now it says still setting stream up for later, so he's not actually streaming. I am not opening this chest. I opened like 40 of them yesterday and it did not go well. Alright, well, Sam's streaming Red Black Midrange, which is a deck I'm kind of interested in watching for game day, so I guess I'll host Sam. Sorry to cut it short, guys, but I got some IRL work crap to do today. We only played one red deck today, though. That feels like a Christmas miracle, too.